Hey friends, welcome back. Friends, imagine a situation where a constructor receives not only a variable, rather it receives a list or a set. In those kind of scenario, we need to handle the situation in a different way. And today we will see how to handle this situation. In order to make things very simple, we have this very simple program which we already know, in fact, where we have this output your bike is insured, and we are calling this show status method. No rocket science in here. Now if I navigate to this bike insurance.java, this particular method is getting called, and as if now there is no constructor. But if we have a constructor which receive a list, then what would be the outcome? Let us see. Now let us quickly add the constructor, and the parameter is a list. Alright, and the name of the variable is members. So let us quickly import the required package. I will hover upon this list and we will click on this particular option, import list from java.util. Fantastic. Now consider the situation like that this particular insurance is insurance of a family, and multiple members of the family are under this particular insurance plan, and we are listing all the members of the family. So I will also show you a trick using which we can iterate upon this list. So I will type in for and make use of control space and ask Eclipse to do some code for us. We will use this option for each iterate over an array, and we will select this option and Eclipse will add some code for us. And in here we can simply print the name of the member. In fact, I will change the variable name to member in here, and in here we will make use of sysout, and inside system.out.println we will print member. Alright, this looks good, and let us also give a very simple label like list of members under insurance. This looks rather good. Now if I execute this particular program, there would be definitely an error because our beans.xml is not configured properly. Alright, so if we check this particular error, it says no such method exception. Why? Because when Spring is trying to call this particular class bike insurance, it is trying to call the constructor, but somehow the default constructor is not available because we have defined a constructor which has a parameter, right? And because of this there is a crash. If I now navigate to this beans.xml, in this beans.xml here is the bean which we are making use of. This bean is based on bike insurance class. Everything looks good. Now in order to fix this issue, we need to also add a constructor argument. So we will navigate to this beans tab. I will highlight the bean. I will right click and add a constructor argument. I will highlight this constructor argument again, then I will again right click and insert a list element. I will again highlight this list and insert a value. Now friends, if I highlight this value, then it will give us this type parameter here. And for example, in here I type in string, right? And then I check the source. Then what would be the outcome? We have this list which is perfect, no problem with that. But the value part, we can define type directly, but we won't be able to add the value in here. Somehow this is strange that it is expected to have one more field in here by the name of value, where we can also add value and Eclipse can add the value in here, but somehow that option is not there. So we need to do it manually. For example, the name of the first member inside the insurance is maybe John. So I will type in John in here. Now we can either make use of beans tab again and right click this particular list and add a new value, which is all right in here, or we can also do it manually, and I prefer manually. In fact, this type is an optional parameter. We can also get rid of it. There is no issue. So next value would be maybe Ron, and then finally we will add a yet another member whose name would be, for example, Mike. Alright, so we consider that these three are three brothers, and we would be listing these three as the members inside the insurance. So let's navigate to bike insurance. In here we have this loop which will loop through this list and print all the members. Finally, let us again navigate to this user.java and execute this particular program, and we expect that everything looks good. Fantastic. List of members under insurance: John, Ron, Mike. Your bike is insured. Perfect. Now friends, this is the case where we are making use of constructor argument. Same is the case when we deal with property. We will definitely see how to work with property argument as well in the forthcoming lecture, but the overall process is exactly same. Alright, so this is all for today's lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.